It's a vast topic. Okay, it's a vast topic. I don't know. I'll just cover maximum portions. Hardly 1 hour I'll take class. Okay, since 12:15 I'm waiting. So now, see, I'll just come directly to the subject only. See, now you see this, right? Your heating block. So this heating block. Okay, I have just put this also, like cost also I have put, starts from 15,000 to 50,000. Okay, and very important to see, it always maintains 37 degree. 37 degree it will maintain. But no, if you see our lab, okay, we have just maintained it above 37. So sometime it may be like 38, because we feel that like the temperature, since it is exposed outside, it is not actual 37. So we may do it 38 degree, but temperature will be 37 only. Okay. So this what you call this? These are hmm? Huh? Blocks. Yeah, okay. We say blocks, heating blocks. We say. So this this will it will come with small size also, 5 ml cavities and 15 ml cavities it will come. But in the lab we use 15 ml cavities one. Okay. And here we keep thawing media. Okay. And for OP pickup, OM pickup, OPU. So once we collect the sample, you have seen in the window they'll keep. So that is the same thing. That's a heating block. And this is also important. I think you may be knowing these things. Okay, this is done. This is done. This is also. I hope you know all the parts. All the parts. This is also done. Okay, this is also done. This is, okay. So now, now these are all things are done. Okay. Now this. Okay, so I'm not advertising this. Okay. So please don't think that I'm advertising this. So we use only Cook catheter. Cook catheter we use, and in different labs, they use. So I have used these things. SurePro I have used. Okay, SureView I have used. Okay, SureUltra I have not used, and Genetics I have used. So you have seen Genetics. How it will look. It is somewhat similar, and see this. I think Madam has shown this. No? Not touched. Okay, this lower part now you can see is this. This we will the moment they ask catheter, we'll give this outer catheter will give. So this will insert to the uterus. Then after that, see, we load the embryos here. We'll remove this. There are different techniques for that. What a embryologist will do is that they will just pull it back. Okay, they will cut here. Okay, they will cut here.
So your video is not showing.
Okay, without touching this, they will just load. But I used to load like that before. But after coming here, here the protocol is different. We have to remove this. We have to put the syringe here. Remove this. Okay. Catch this and load. We are doing this here. Okay. So in few centers they will not test this at all, because this will go inside uterus. Okay. So they will not test this. They will just, along with this one, they will load. So now they will load. They will just cut this portion, so that this part is exposed. They will just load like this. And see, there are for everything the principle is same. Okay, this catheter, even in genetics, even in this SurePro, okay, it is same. But in the tip you can see here something here. What is this called as? Anyone knows this? So can you see in the tip some echogenic tip is there? Okay. So few catheters will come without echogenic tip. Okay. Initially we used to load in before 2-3 years. We used to never get with echogenic tips. Okay, empty tips. Okay, plain tips. Plain tips used to get. And just to be very clear, under ultrasound, no, and under scan, so they use echogenic tip. Once echogenic tip is there, this tip is very clear. Okay, for that reason they use this, and this is a bit costlier than the plain tips. And see, these are so let's see, these are like how much you have to load all those things. I think these are not required. You see, there are two types of syringes. I've already discussed. No, no, video, no need of video. So I have just off video from that I noticed. This they can't see. No, this they won't. This is how can they see this? Okay, I'll just continue. And one more thing, you see these two types of syringes, you know, you can see the syringe and see these two types of syringes you can see. So you have seen this syringe, you have seen this syringe, you know, 1 ml BD syringe. And did you see this syringe here?
The tip is a plastic.
Plastic,
Yes.
okay. So a few embryologists, no, they will not use this. Okay, thinking that no, this is toxic. It is always toxic. So in few labs they will flush it. They will touch they will touch the media with this syringe and they will flush it. But we don't flush it here because we don't load the media. So like this syringe, you know, this syringe, when you come, this syringe is always safe, but embryo retention is more in this syringe. Embryo retention, embryo will not get transferred easily. Okay, but even though the literature is telling that embryo can be transferred very easily, there is no retention, but retention is more. And you know, there is, you know, you can't there is no control. While loading also, we may load more media. Okay, whereas in this syringe, no, everything is like controlled. Everything is controlled. So there are two types of syringe. One is this, it's called insulin syringe, and this is a non-toxic syringe. Okay, and they may keep this non-toxic syringe. This syringe, I think there is a brand name called as Jet something, Thermojet syringe, something like that. Some brand name is there. Okay, and this one company will give this. And this syringe is costlier. This is costlier than this syringe. And it's coming on these consumables. So if you see the consumables, you know, this is a flexi pipettes. So these are flexi pipettes. So these flexi pipettes are different in color. So you can see here. So here, this I projected. So these are like Cook flexi pipettes. So here we have Denupet. Okay, so this is I think from SAR Healthline. So these are from SAR Healthline. Okay, so these are in a different diameter. Okay, diameter is not same. Different diameters. There are this flexi pipettes. If you see this flexi pipette, no, it's there. No? Can you see? You might have seen in embryology lab. So can you see this flexi pipette? Here, that this part, this diameter is measured. This diameter is very important. Okay, so based on this diameter, so there is 80 micron, 100 micron, 120 micron, 130, 140, 170, 300, 600 microns. Okay, so for oocytes for denudation, can you tell which we use here? 130. Okay, see, we usually use 140. We use 140. So first to pick the cumulus, we use 170 or 175. So here we have 175. Okay, this is in Denupet. Okay, and in Cook we have 170 here. here the 175, we have 170. Okay, so we use 170 first to remove the, once we put in the high lace, okay, we remove the oocytes by using 170 denuded, okay. Then we denude it with what? 140 or 130. Okay. So in case no, if we are planning for PA, in a PGTA, so PGTA, if we are planning, we use this 130. We will remove properly all the cumulus around the oocytes. Okay. And here we have, you can see here we have 140. Okay, so the diameter is measured from here. Okay, this tip diameter is measured. And for oocyte handling, we usually use 140 or 130. And after ICSI, we use 170. And for blastocyst, for day 3 again we use 170. For blastocyst we use 275 or 300. For blastocyst, to pick the blastocyst, we use 300 or not 600, 275 or 300. So hope you are understanding. Okay.
When is 80 and 100 used?
80 and 100 usually we don't use it. 80 and 100. Okay.
But what is it for?
See, they use in veterinary these things. Now you see here, next, see here, like I have just mentioned it here. They may ask you, like 135 and 140, we use it for oocyte denudation. For embryos, like for day 3 embryos. Okay, for day 3 embryos, we use 160, 175. Okay, for blastocyst handling, we use 275 to 300, 270 to 300. And sometimes for day 3, we use, I have already mentioned it. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, what we call for this? Stripper. We call stripper. No, that is a mistake we do. Actually, no, for toothpaste, no, we call Colgate. No, for even for close-up, we call Colgate. Actually, Colgate is it's toothpaste, right? So like that only, it's not stripper. Okay, stripper is a company name. Okay, we call it adjustable handle. This whole thing is adjustable handle. Okay, understood? No, usually all the embryologists will call stripper only.
It's like calling all snacks as kurkure.
Yes. So this so this is like if you call stripper also it is correct only, but no, it is actually adjustable handle. You see any literature, it is adjustable handle. Okay. So here end hole. Again I'm repeating. These microns 275, 175. This is not hole. Like only this tip is measured. Okay. See these diameters are same here. Okay. Based on the tip, this is labeled 300 micron, 80 micron to 170 micron like this. Okay. So this no, I'll call stripper only. So in this stripper, there is a stripper company and one cook company. Okay. So this is adjustable. Like you can just rotate this and adjust. And see what is an amount of media it will aspirate. Okay, it will aspirate hardly 3 microliter of media. 0.25 to 3 micro. These things you should know. Okay, they may ask 0.5 to 3 microliter of media. It will aspirate. Okay, and it is very precise. And you can use it for oocyte thawing and freezing, embryo thawing and freezing, blastocyst thawing and freezing. Okay, and oocyte again, we can use it for what? For denudation. For denudation, we can use this stripper. And see, there are 2 types of strippers. We can, some labs they will not use this stripper because this is very tricky. Okay, you can see here, no? the moment here we don't have stripper, right? You see, it's very flexible. Okay, it's very flexible. Okay, to use this stripper. Okay, anybody have used this stripper? You have used? Please use it. You'll come to know the difficulties. Okay, it's not easy. Huh? No, you can once you can use, no problem. No, right now we have only one. Right now we have only one. I think one more. We may get it to no, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. I just let you see this. No, stripper you see it is very flexible. It's very tricky to catch. So few labs they use mouth pipetting. You have seen the mouth pipetting. Okay, you have a lot of control. But in this, no, you should have skill to use this. Okay, it's not easy. See, when you keep the embryos here, if it touch somewhere else, no, embryos are gone. Okay, it's very tricky here to use this. So in few labs they use mouth pipetting. You have seen no? Mouth pipetting. You have seen mouth pipetting.
And also, if they hold, they swallow the.
No, there will be there will be the control. One controller will be there. Okay. Actually, I have that at home. Okay. Usually when we do PGTA, no, we do mouth pipetting just for the control. Okay. So these are the volumes based on the adjustment. These are the volumes it will take. So it can take from 0.05 to 3 microliter volume. This adjustment, okay. So right now in our lab we have a hook stripper only, or adjustable header. So I have just told about these things, and see why this is more preferred than the mouth pipetting, because why this Denipet, this flexi pipettes, it's called as flexi pipettes. Remember, this is flexi pipette. Okay, this is pipette. It is flexible, so it is called flexi pipette. Okay, so this flexi pipette, it is made up of what? Polycarbonate. Okay, and when we use this pipette, it will not scratch the dish. So dish is very delicate. Once you scratch the dish, okay, the embryos may go and sit on that scratches. Okay, and you may not be able to pick the embryos. So for that reason, we use this flexi pipette, and usually mouth pipette is glass. You have seen, no, mouth pipette is always, it's not flexible. It's glass pipette. If you touch the dish, it will scratch the dish. Okay, so this is somewhat tricky and safer to use. And this flexi pipette, these are all color coded, and you can see here. So these are color coded. So whatever I have highlighted, those are used for denudation. Okay. Then other things are used for handling the embryos. And 170, again, we can handle the embryos, day 3 embryos. Okay. Now coming on to this one. See, this is pasture pipettes. And one more pipette is there in our lab. What is that called as? Falcon pipette. So this is a pasture pipette. So this usually we use in andrology lab. Okay, for semen analysis. So these will start from 1.2 ml. Okay, we don't use 1.7 ml also we won't use. So we usually use this pipette, 3 ml pipette, or in some lab 5 ml pipette. Okay, so these are called as pasture pipette. So mainly, we can use it for semen analysis. So I'm just these slides I'll give it to you. Okay? I'll not read everything. It's just because 94 slides are there. I want to cover everything. So I'll not read everything. I just main things I'll highlight. So these pipettes are used for semen analysis. Okay, semen analysis, and liquefaction means what? Just to break. So if semen sample is highly viscous, they will in out. They will just break that viscosity. Okay, So they will use this same pipette for that. And we usually, sometimes we use it for oil overlay. What is oil overlay? So when we prepare the dish, we overlay it with oil. You have seen, many people have seen how we prepare the dish. We just overlay it with the oil with this pipette only, and sometimes, no, sometimes with this pipette, if Falcon pipette is not available. So this pipette is cheap. Like no, it is around 8 rupees, but Falcon pipette is around 30 rupees. Okay. Now, see, you can in some labs, no, they do some low cost IVF. Okay, they use spatcher pipette instead of Falcon pipettes. And you see, this is glass pipettes. These are glass pipettes. So here there's a knob. Okay, what we do here, we just cut the Falcon pipette and we fix it for better control. Okay, in few labs there will be rubber knobs. So we use rubber knob. We just fix the rubber knobs here. And usually, we use this. This is also called as spatcher pipette only. We use this for mainly glass pipettes. We use it for OPU. Okay, ohm pickup. We use it for ohm pickup. Okay. And see, there are so these type of pipettes are that we don't use it usually. Some European countries they will use this. And see, this is the first question they'll ask. It is made up of what? So it is made up of polystyrene. Okay, and easy grip and easy it is sterilized by what? It's sterilized by gamma radiation. Okay, and based on the purpose of the laboratory, we use the size. And this, now coming on to this, dishes. So these dishes, right? Everyone knows these dishes. Like these dishes, or okay, these dishes for we use it for what?
And screening.
Yeah, okay.
Testing the follicular fluid.
We use it for screening the oocyte. Okay. So this dish we use for screening the oocyte. This dish we use for ICSI. This dish we use for culture. This dish we use for
Washing the oocyte.
Separating sides, denudation.
okay. This dish we use for denudation. Then okay, in few labs, this central well dish is used for keeping oocytes. Okay, the moment pickup is over, the ohm pickup is over, they will just keep in the central well dish. Okay, and in few labs this is used for IVF. IVF, not ICSI. We do IVF in central well dish. So let us study each and every dish. This is a common question they'll ask. What is the size of this dish? It is 60 into 15. What do you mean by 60 into 15?
How can the dance is the dance?
60 into 15.
Length and height.
You have no pen in your nose. If this is a dish, how to measure 60 into 15? This will be 60. And this will be understood. Okay. 60 into 50. Now, you have in central well dish again linear area. I have just written that diameter. With the center,
19 into 4.
19 into 4 means what? Here,
90.
Okay, it's very important. And how much volume it will take, that also have written. Capacity will take 2.5 ml media. Maximum it will take 2.5 ml. So what we do in the lab, we take only 4 ml of media, okay, and 1 ml or 0.5 ml of oil, or else it will get evaporated. Okay. So we are 2 or 1.5 ml of media we take and overlay it with oil. Okay. So this is important here, and see, I've just written for what all things it is used. It is used for denudation. So two types of denudation is there. One is mechanical and second one first one chemical. So we use this for chemical denudation. Okay. It means what? How we do chemical denudation?
Kindness.
We place what highness here. Okay. Then we put the oocyte. Okay. Then we denude. Denudation is what? Just in and out with the effect. And we incubate the oocyte. Okay, immediately after ovum pickup. But here we incubate with which well? With 4 wells. Okay. So immediately after pickup, we put the oocyte here and we incubate, and it is used for fertilization, IVF. Okay. So in the central well, we place the oocyte here. 2 to 3 oocyte will place. We just keep the sperms here, so that no, it automatic. If the sperm is capable of entering the oocyte, it will enter. Okay. So IVF we do here. In some labs, we use it for embryo culture also. Embryo culture. So we just place the embryo and we culture it after itself. Okay. And lastly, I think most of the people have attended the lab. So we use it for thawing. You see, first we dip the straw into the central well only. Okay. Here we dip, and in few labs directly we dip in the droplet. Okay. So we can use it for thawing, and we can use it for washing the embryos. Okay, or washing the oocytes. So these are the these are the uses. And see, coming on to this, this dish. Can you identify this dish? We use it for screening. Screening dish. Okay. So screening dish also, the size is same. Here we don't have this. Size is 16 to 50. Okay. Screening dish. Okay. And this screening dish capacity, I told, and this screening dish, this used for oocyte pickup, and mainly for oocyte pickup. In few labs, they culture with this dish. In few labs, what they do, they use it for ICSI also. ICSI also you can use screening dish. Okay, because why it will see if these are the droplets. If ICSI for ICSI, in ICSI dish, only up to here we can fill what oil, correct? But here we can fill up to that. So the temperature change, all those things can be avoided. Evaporation can be avoided. It will take too much of time for ICSI. But it's better to use the screening dish as an ICSI dish. And this screening dish is cheaper than ICSI dish. Okay.
Excuse
for
me,
this
sir.
cost effect, they will use this screening dish in few labs.
Excuse me, sir.
And I told you again, in few labs, they can use it for embryo culture, embryo washing, and this is common for TESA and PESA. We use this is screening dish. We just put the TESA sample in this and we see under inverted microscope. And some cryo, like for freezing. You have seen for freezing. So we will freeze with this, freezing the embryos. We use this same dish. I think you have seen this. You have seen the freezing procedure. Now you see this culture dish. Culture dish, you should know this length and breadth. So culture dish, this is a culture dish. Okay, what is the length? 35 into 10. Okay, very important. 35 into 10. So this is the size of the culture dish. So in a different way we prepare the culture dish. So this is one of the way we prepare the culture dish. So how we prepare the culture dish in our lab? Anybody have seen? No. We have tissue. Tissue only provided. There are different ways to prepare. I think this this is common when you don't enter the lab. Okay. This is culture dish. Okay. I make here how we prepare. Both are culture dish. Okay. The size is different. Both are same culture dish. Here how we prepare. We place how many drops? 4 drops here. 4 drops here. 2 drops here. 2 drops here. Correct? You see this culture dish. Okay. Now what is size of this drop? Anyone? Anyone? Size of this drop? 20 microliter. 20 microliter. Okay, this is important. 20 microliter. Now, these 2 drops we use it for washing. We use it for washing. Okay, so this drop also we use it for washing. So these 2 drops are washing drops. This we label these drops we label 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drops. 8 embryos we keep here. Okay, maximum we keep 2 embryos. If there are more number of insects, okay, or else we keep one embryos. Sorry, injected, no, after exit, injected oocytes. Okay, and even for further culture also, like after day 3, we keep embryos 1 or 2. Okay, so this is one way to prepare the dish. Second way, like center one, here 1 drop, here 1 drop. This one more way to prepare the dish. Got it, no?
Excuse me, sir. We are not able to hear properly.
Okay. And these are the actually, you know, both are right. Okay. Here, what I'm thinking, you know, when I feel that embryos are not growing, okay, embryos are not growing, embryo may get arrested. It is always better to expose the embryo for a large amount of embryo. Okay. This is one way. You don't have camera.
Shweta, can you hear us?
No, I'll just do it here on the this one I'll do it in the book.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
And one more way to prepare this one. One more
We
way
have
to
not
prepare the dish. Can you
actually
see here?
seen anything from the
These two are
beginning of the
washed, yeah?
class.
Okay. We'll
Okay.
start
One
from
second,
here.
ma'am.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a way to prepare the dish. Okay. So here we wash and place the embryos here. So these are the ways to prepare the dish. Okay. And
later wash drops.
very you can just prepare. You have to follow the same protocol. Okay, when you prepare the dishes. So here they are prepared here when you put everything in a circular way. No, usually in the middle drops will be the wash drops. Okay, when we do like this in our lab, so you can see the first picture there. We keep upper and lower drops in the wash drops. Now, so this is an culture dish. Okay. Now coming on to this, pour-well dish. So you might have seen this pour-well dish. So rarely the Indian labs will use it. Okay, they will not use this pour-well dish at all. Okay, but in our lab we use this pour-well dish. So this pour-well dish, they may ask you the size of this pour-well dish. So this is a pour-well dish. You see, this is a pour-well dish. It is a bit costlier. So this is produced by Nunk company, Nunk, N-U-N-C. And this can be used for denudation. So what we use it for in our lab, what you have seen, we use it for thawing. We'll use then for culture, 3 hours culture. Okay, for thawing and for 3 hours culture we use it. Okay. And see the depth of this dish is this. Can you see 1.45 to 1.5 mm. Okay, now the dimensions of this, it is 17 into 11 mm. Okay, and it can accommodate up to 1.85 ml of this media. And this pour-well dish we use here for this also for IVF culture. IVF, Just we place one or two oocytes here. Okay, then we leave the sperm around this. It will fertilize. And we place 2 to 3 oocytes here. And in our lab, in our lab, we use it for what of this? Just I want to know here only in our lab. We use it for one, for X, for point. Then
3 hours culture.
3 hours culture we use. Thirdly, for IVF. For IVF. And you can see finally this ICSI dish. So ICSI dish is important here. Okay. ICSI dish. So this is ICSI dish, and I'll show you ICSI dish. So ICSI dish and this is Pixie dish. You have seen the Pixie dish. I think you might have seen the ICSI dish. See, when you see the arrow mark inside, can you see the arrow mark inside? Arrow marks. See, here there are some arrow marks here. Can you see these arrow marks? Okay. When there is an arrow mark, okay, it is called as Pixie dish. The full form of Pixie. Anyone? Physiological intracytoplasmic sperm injection. So this is Pixie dish. So this is ICSI dish. So if you see arrow here inside the dish, it is called as Pixie. This is Pixie. Remember? Pixie. Pixie. If there is no arrow, only ICSI. Okay. Now you can see what is the size of this, and it is 50 into 9 mm. So 50 into this is 50 lower, and this is 9 mm. Okay. Now, how to identify ICSI dishes, ICSI or Pixie or any? So there will be a lock here. Can you see it? There will be a lock here. There is a lock. You can't open it easily. See, there is a lock here. Can you see? Okay. So this is one of the way to identify this photo. If there is a lock, it is ICSI dish. In this lock, if there is an arrow mark, it is Pixie dish. Okay. Now, this, how to prepare this dish? Okay, I'll just tell you how to prepare this dish. I think again, those people can't see.
So we can do one thing. Can I take a video and post it in the group?
Okay, you can. See here, again, what we do, how to prepare this dish. Two ways are there. See, here how we prepare. What is this? Center. What we put here? PB. This is PB. Okay. And here what we place? What we place here? Herpes or mouse. Herpes or mouse. Understood. So this is one of the way to prepare the ICSI dish. Okay. Now, one more way to prepare. 2 streaks of PVP and here PVP. Moss. Okay. So this is one more way to prepare. Okay. Now, what about this Pixie dish? What about this Pixie dish? How to prepare this Pixie dish? I told you. So here, this is the Pixie dish here. Okay. Here there are the arrow marks, right? And here there is the high-resonant coated circles will be there. High-resonant coated circles. Now, how to prepare this? See, in this, if you see it properly, you can see high-resonant coated circles above the arrow marks. Okay. Now, you put the sperm wash media here first, and place the sample here. First, you have to put what is this sperm wash media? Then place the samples, cement samples here, wash cement samples, just join it. And here, what you do, make a streak similar. This is PVP and this is MOPS. Got it, no? Now, what we do is that, see, I'll just enlarge this. Okay, this is circle of highlights. Okay, I have just placed the sample here and I have just joined it. Now, the sperm will move to this area. Okay, the sperm will move to this area. Okay, the sperm which is capable of attaching to the hydrogenase, okay, highlights, it will just attach. Okay, that will not move. Head will get attached. Okay, head will get attached. Tail will get. No, it will don't move. This type of sperms we pick and we inject. Okay, the sperm which is moving inside this, so freely moving, we don't select it. Understood, no? So this is about the pixie dish. So you understand how to do pixie dish? The sperm which is moving here, we don't select. It's attached to the highlights. We take it highly wetness, we just take it and inject. So this is called as pixie. So what we do is take the sperm from here, we transfer into PVP, we slash it, and we inject it into the oocyte. So this is a way to do pixie. So that's all about this pixie dish. Now coming on to this Falcon tubes. Okay. So these are the tubes I think you might have seen in the andrology lab. So this what is this tube called as? Conical tubes. Okay, conical tube. Okay, now see these are the parts which I don't want to discuss. And you know that these tubes, what is the main advantage of this tube? You will get a good palette here. Okay, after centrifugation, a very good palette you will get here. Now, these tubes are available in 15 ml, 50 ml, 175 ml, and 225 ml. So these are the volumes. In these volumes, we will get the tube. And in this tube, they will mention this. What is this? Anyone
It's a
have
sperm
seen this?
survival
What is
rate.
this?
24-hour sperm survival rate.
Human sperm survival. Okay. So they have already done. Okay, they have seen the sperm survival rate. They have seen more than 70% of the sperm will survive after processing in this tube. Okay. And what is this? Okay, mouse embryo. So they have done that also from on the day 5. Okay. So they have seen more than 80% blast formation in this tube. Okay. And they'll mention this also. What is this? Anyone? Anyone? Non-pyrogenic. Why they mention this here? Okay, the toxin which is released by this tube. Okay, it is less than 0.25. Okay, this much amount of toxin, it will release. Okay, which is negligible. And these tubes are stored in the room temperature. These all things are important to give the results. Okay, so if these things are not mentioned, it's better not to purchase the tubes. And see, this tube is used mainly for what? Density gradient. You might have seen this. Okay, and these tubes, we allocate the culture media in this. Okay, we allocate the culture media and we keep it inside the incubator. And we even these tubes. The advantage of this tube is that it is threaded. Okay, this, for example, HEPIs. When you keep HEPIs or MOPs, whether you have to keep tight capped or loose capped. Tight capped or loose capped, anyone?
Carbon dioxide balance is
Is required.
It is self-balancing, so I don't think.
No. See, very, very important. Okay. See, why a culture media, single step or sequential, we have to calibrate it. Hope you know calibration. For calibration, we need carbon dioxide. Okay. So whenever you keep media, that is single step or sequential media, you have to loose cap it. Okay. So that the pH, that media will attain its pH. Okay. Whereas buffers means what? MOPs, HEPIs, these are all buffer solution. foam wash media. These are the buffer solution. For this, carbon dioxide is not important. So we have to always keep 8 cap. Okay. Majority, odd time I'm taking class. Maximum people they want to see. Just I finish off this fast. Okay. And if you want, I can show these things in the embryology lab. Just some basics I'll show you, which you people will not be aware of these things. Holding needle. This is a holding needle. When you see under microscope, no, this is a holding needle. Just will go fast. Okay. This holding needle will look like this. It is very no. It is you can't see it. Okay. You can see only under inverted microscope. If you see holding, under inverted microscope, you might have seen by doing see. Okay. See, you should know this diameter, and this diameter. Okay. So usually this is inner diameter and this outer diameter. Okay. So inner diameter, no, it depends. Okay. Actually, we don't see the inner diameter. Okay, and outer diameter. We just see the angulation and we take the needle. Okay. Now this inner diameter, no, for example, if the batch is this, the inner diameter will be 17. This diameter, inner diameter. If this is a needle, inner hole will be there, outer hole will be there. Okay. Outer part is 80, inner part is 17. Understood? No? Okay. Here, no, this is actually 2D picture you are seeing under inverted microscope. 3D picture you are not seeing. You are seeing 2D picture. Half you are seeing.
So why should it even have an inner diameter? So it can just have a rod-like structure because anyway you're not aspirating anything.
No.
Just holding it, just to hold it.
Just to hold, no, just to maintain the pressure.
Okay, there's a pressure which is
yes, important. You should catch the oocyte very softly. Just aspirate the oocyte. Oocyte will enter inside this. Okay, it's very.
If it's just a rod and there's no hole at all, then there's no pressure.
No. And the rest of the needles are there. I will show you. So you see here, and I told you we are seeing the angulations. I'll just do it within 5 minutes now. Okay, just 5 minutes.
No, sir. We don't mind another class, but we want it properly, sir.
No, I'll just show you these things. I'll just tell you the basics first. You see, we see angulation. I told you how to measure the angulation. When you see outside the inverted microscope, no, this needle will look like this. So actually, this is an angle. Okay. So needle, for example, if this is a needle under microscope, this is a needle like this. Okay. So needle can be like this. Needle can be like this. Okay. Increased angulation. So we usually prefer this angle to slash. Okay. So this is an angle. Okay. Based on the angulation, we select. Usually we do here 35, 30. Okay. We do both. Okay. 35 also we do, 30 also we do. And you see, this is what? This is holding needle. It is also called as holding pipette. This I think. This okay. So this is called as what? Holding pipette. Okay. It is not good to tell needle. We say needle there. Okay. Actually, it is pipette. Holding pipette. No, they may just keep it. No, in the example, just they may keep holding needle. So usually holding needle will be in which color? They are no TPC. See, there are few companies are there. One is we use here TPC. Okay, TPC. There is Cook. There is RI. Okay. So these are holding needles. Okay. And there is one more like I just forgot the name because we use only one here. In other labs, I used to use more than routine companies. No? One more needle is I just forgot. But here we use this TPC. TPC, they keep a red color. It is holding. Okay. They keep blue color. It is injecting. Injecting pipette. Okay. Now you see here, coming on this injection pipette, a micro injection pipette. Okay. Again, I'm telling Cook. So Cook I have written. No? Now you see here, here also this is inner diameter and this outer diameter and angulation. So based on this inner diameter, outer diameter angulation, okay, we select this. No, angulation is not important. What angulation we use here, that is important. Now, this just I'll skip this. Okay. Now, just this madam has asked about this. No? Can you see this lower one? It is just opening. It is just opening here. Okay. So this type of needle is called biopsy needles. Embryo biopsy needles. So you see here, very important to know. See, this needle is injection needle. This needle, just a minute. So this needle, this needle is for holding needle. This is injecting needle, okay, or injection pipette, micro injection pipette, and this is biopsy pipette. Yes, we just pull the tissues with this. Okay, biopsy pipette. Okay, now this is again, see, polar body biopsy. So polar body biopsy and injecting pipettes are almost same. So you can just tell for injection, micro injection pipette, even polar body biopsy pipette also. But the diameter will be different. Can you see here? So inner diameter will be 20 and outer diameter will be 28. Okay. And you have seen this in nursing. We just insert the needle inside this. We just insert the needle inside this. Okay. So you have to fix this. It is a wall. You have to put it inside. You have to thread it here, and we insert the holding needle. And similarly, we will have injecting needle also. So injecting holder. This is a holder. Injecting holder, or you can say holding, like this micro pipette holder. It is okay. And on the other side, what we have, this same micro pipette holder we have. Here, what we have. Micro pipette injector holder. Okay. Now coming on to this, can you see here? This is very important. You might have seen this. No? How to remove this again? Now you see here. You might have seen only this. No? You might have seen only this. Okay, this is cryotop. What we use in our lab, cryotop. Straw, we use straw. Okay. So this here we place the embryos. You might have seen. So this is cryotop. Okay. Other than cryotop, see, commonly they use this. What is this? Cryolock. This is cryolock. Okay. This is cryolock. And see, can you see other than this cryo leaf? It's like a leaf. Okay, this is cryo leaf. Okay, and this is cryo loop. Okay, so cryo loop, cryo leaf, cryo lock, and cryotop. We commonly used. Okay, in the labs. There are many. Okay, again, 4-5 devices are there. This is commonly used. This no vitrification devices. See, this is what cryo loop. See how we place in a cryo loop. So these are the embryos. So 2 embryos are placed here. Okay, so these are this may be the oocytes they are placed. So this cryo lock. Okay, this is very cost effective. So usually then in the labs they use this one, cryo lock. But we use here cryo top. Okay, so cryo lock it's even for this also, like to place the embryos is also very easy. Okay, even these were not senior, they can place the embryos here. And see cryotop. See, we use here cryotop. Why we use cryotop here? Can you see this cryotop? Cryotop okay, the survival rate is more. In cryotop, if you freeze the embryos in the cryotop, if your freezing is proper, 100% it will survive. Okay. Whereas in the cryolog, okay, the survival rate is like 50-50 sometimes. Huh? Because it is very thick. This portion, no, it is very thick. It's not thin. It like no, sometimes no, this it is concave. This portion is concave. No, there will be more amount of media. When you keep the embryos, you just have to keep the embryos only. Just remove the media. Only that drop should be there, like embryo drops. Okay, we should not keep the media. Here, no, when we keep the embryos, we can't aspirate all the medias. So media will remain here. Whereas here, this is like this cryotop. It is, you have seen, no? It is flat. Here it is there, and they have not brought it. Okay,
It's
it
there
is.
in the box. It was there, right? In the box it was there.
Sorry, it is there in the box.
Yeah, I have seen it.
Okay, you see this no cryotop. Okay, in this cryotop, you know, it's flat. Okay, whereas in cryolog, it is concave like this. Okay, so media will stay. How much ever you aspirate, no, you can't aspirate full media. Media will be there, but still we can aspirate it. Based on experience, we can aspirate. But here, though, you can just keep the embryos only. The survival rate is high. Secondly, you see that it is very thin, that is very thick. Okay, it can maintain the temperature. When you keep in 37, it will maintain the temperature.
Why media should not be fixed? What
Yes,
happens if
so
not-
media again, that is the vitrification class. So when you keep the media, what happens, you know, like that liquid crystal formation will be there. Liquid nitrogen, even though it is minus 197, you know, it few cells will not freeze immediately. It frozen immediately. So there will be degeneration. All those things will be there. Okay, see here. Can you identify this? What is this? Cryolo. This.
Biopsy.
Okay, this.
That is
Cryo. This is cryolog. Cryolog. See, this is cryolog. Okay, and this is no, sorry, cryotop. Okay, what is this?
cryolog.
Cryolog. And what is this?
Aspiration.
This one. Just I'll just show you this. You know, one more is there. Can you see it? What is this? Cryotech. Okay, cryotech. So these are all things I have not told. See, just I'll tell you. See, whatever we are doing there. No? See, these instruments, you know, right? Okay, what is this called as?
Liquid nitrogen.
What is this called? This is a very important spot. What is this?
I've seen a thermocol box there.
Everybody will tell thermocol box. What is this? It is called cool rack. Cool, COOL, cool rack. RAC. Okay, understood. And you know, this what is this media? What is this media? Thawing media. This is freezing media. This is freezing media, and this is thawing media. Okay, and can anyone name, you know, what is this two? It is thawing, TS, thawing solution, and this will be DS. Okay, what is the DS means? Dilution solution, and this will be washing solution. And here, okay, what is this blue color? ES, equilibration solution, and this VS, vitrification solution. These things you should know. This is vitrification solution. This is equilibration solution. What is this? This we rarely use it. This is BS, basal solution. Basal solution, equilibration solution, and vitrification solution. Here, thawing solution, dilution solution, and washing or buffer, you can say. This is buffer. Okay. And this is cryotop. Okay. Now, see, there are two types of freezing. Okay, this I'll just show you fast. See, first freezing, can you see here? We will just place the embryo, will dip. Okay. place the embryo, dip. Then what we do? We'll just place in this cryocan. Correct? No? Then we will thaw. Now, this type of freezing is called as, what is this? Open vitrification. Very important. Open vitrification. Okay. Now, one more freezing I'll show you. Okay. I have placed the embryo. I have placed the embryo. After placing the embryo, I'll put inside this. I'll not dip here. I'll put inside this lock. Can you see it? This one device, outer device. I'll put inside this and seal it. Can you see? I'll seal this. I'll seal the tip. Okay. Now the embryo is inside this. Okay. Now I'll dip into the liquid nitrogen. Correct? No? Now the liquid nitrogen will not come in contact with what? With the embryos. Liquid nitrogen will never come contact with embryos. Okay. Only vapors will be there. Now this I will keep it in the cryocan. So this type of vitrification is called as closed vitrification. The embryo is? Yes. Okay. Okay. So why we do this? I'll tell you first. Okay. When HBsAg positive, we don't have any cryocans. We have only one cryocan. Okay. If a patient is HBsAg positive, so we can't keep all the straws in the same. Okay, in the same can. So what we do is that we do closed system for HBsAg or HIV positive patient because this is not exposed to the liquid nitrogen. Understood, no? Okay, even COVID positive patients, we do closed system for these people. Okay, open system we do it for normal patients. Those who are seronegative patients, we do open system. Hope you have understood.
So her doubt was when we try to dip it, won't it fall down into the?
Never, it will never fall down. It's a property of this media, madam. This property of this media, if you see this media, is very thick. It is very thick. Same, provided you freeze in this way.
Closed system.
Closed system. Okay. Now, why we are not using closed? Here, what we do is that we don't freeze it in a closed system because survival rate is. See, I'm just loading the embryo. Again, I'll put inside this. Again, I'll lock in this. You see that embryo will get exposed to yeah, I can say you like 2 minutes. I'll be doing this here. Okay, embryos more than 1 minute if it is exposed outside, it will die. It will not survive. So survival rate is very less. Okay, survival rate is very less. So we don't do here. For this reason, what we do, we maintain separate cryocan for HBsAg, HIV patients. So this is practice. Okay, this is there are centers in the Bangalore. They will do this. And just finished of this. This you know the cryocan, right? Okay. Then what is this? Outer one is goblet. Okay. And what is this? Okay. What is this? Hexa. This is very important. Okay. This outer one is goblet. Okay. And this is hexa. And inside this we keep viso. Okay. See, these are the like inside this we keep viso. Inside viso we keep this cryotops. Straws. Okay, understood? No? This is outer one goblet. Hexa we keep viso. Inside viso we keep. Viso is nothing but like it's a tube, small tubes. You have seen, no? Hope you have seen. See, this I will just keep this. Okay. These are the cryo vials. Okay. So cryo vials, I'll just tell you some importance of this. Different sizes. Okay. Which size we use here? Which size we use here? We use. Anyone has seen? 1.8 ml. 1.8 ml cryo vial we use here. Okay. Now, while loading the sample, we have to load only 1 ml. This 8. No, this 8 ml we have to. This 0.8 we have to keep it. Okay. Why we have to load only 1 ml? Because once the sample is frozen, it will expand up to here. Okay, once you dip inside the liquid nitrogen, it will expand. Now, then after that, we keep in this. What is called as cryo. Why is this is called as aluminum clips? It's called as aluminum clips. So once we load the sample here, we keep in the aluminum clips like this. We label the sample and we keep it here. Okay, there is one more device. You may not be knowing this device. You might not have seen also. High security sperm straws. So we load the sperm semen sample inside this. Okay, see, this is space consuming. Okay, whereas this is like straws, you can just keep more number of semen sample. Okay, but here you can load only point. Here, how much you can load? Here 1 ml. Okay, means half of the tube you have to load. Okay, then rest of the space you have to leave for the expansion. But here you can load only 0.5 ml. 0.5 ml. Okay, if the sperm sample is good, it's better to load in this. This is one of the new device. Now, this is called as water bath. Okay, water bath. Okay. And first one I showed, first slide, it was first slide today's class.
Digilog.
DigiBlog. Okay. Okay, this you see here. IUI catheter. I think you might have learned about this. You know this length, this length, everything. Hope you know. I just skip it. So can you see this? What is this? Centrifuge. Okay, this is centrifuge. So it will start from this range. Okay, and you can accommodate 16 tubes of 15 ml. Okay, this centrifuge is used for IUI, IVF, fixing. Okay, so you can accommodate 16 tubes. Okay, it can run up to 5,250 RPM. Okay, so maximum speed we can keep to 3,600 for this pump to separate this pump. Okay. And the capacity of the tubes, this 15 ml you can keep into in the 16. There will be sockets there. You might have seen, sockets here. So you can keep 16 tubes. You know this macular chamber. You know what is this? Okay, what is this called as? No, I know this. And what is cup? That no, that glass container. It's called as Coplin jars. Coplin jars. You understood? No, it will be available nowadays. It will come in plastic. Coplin jars. Okay. Now you know this, right? So in our IVF lab, you see there's a small window which is connecting the OT and this IVF lab. So in that small window we have kept that heater we have kept, the DG we have kept, and OT technicians will keep in that. Then we will the sample. Then we will remove the sample. In few labs they will maintain this hot plate. They'll keep the sample over this. Okay.
But how can it stand?
No, the plastic, this will be there. Plastic, that block, heated block. They'll just place the heated block over this. Okay. Now, you see here, this is very important. You might have seen this, no? You have not seen this. This is a pH meter, which will tell your lab results. Okay. So when your lab is getting continuously negative, this meter will help you to check the oxygen, carbon dioxide, temperature, everything. Okay, this is about the incubator. This I'll just share this PPT. This you might have seen, benchtop incubator. So all the labs will use this incubator, Mink incubator, Mink, supplied by Cook company. Okay, some labs they will use Planner also, Planner incubator. So here we have which incubator? Benchtop, Miri we have. Okay. So there is Mink incubator, there is Planner incubator also. So Mink incubator, it is humidified incubator. Okay, humidified incubator. So whatever Miri we have, Miri we have here, it is non-humidified. It is a dry incubator. Okay. So this also Planner also it has dry and humidified. And this incubator, benchtop, this is K system. Okay, one of the most delicate, very you can get beautiful emblast in this incubator. So this K system, similarly this IVF Tech incubator also, IVF Tech. Okay, just I'll skip this. Okay, you have seen this, no? Corda filter. We don't have Corda filter. Okay. Because our lab is modular lab here. If you go to Kalyan Nagar, there is one mission making a lot of sound. That is Corda. It's called tower. Okay. So it can be in these sizes. So in Kalyan Nagar, we have this. No? You have seen right in the lab. So this is Aero tower. So you can say Corda tower, you say, or Corda Aero. And see, this is also very important. You have seen this anywhere?
Corda filters.
You see, you please go to the andrology lab in Hanuman Nagar. You can see this. Or else, no, behind the incubator, you can see this. This is called as Corda inline filter. Okay, this will remove the, see, what we do know from cylinder, we connect the pipe to this. From this, we connect to the incubator. Means what? From cylinder, the gas will come, get filtered here. All the DOCs, everything is removed by this. This is called as Corda inline filter. Corda inline filter. So this is one company. Okay, this will, I think Shivani will give this. And one more company is an Embryo Shield. One more company, Embryo Shield is it will look similar to this. Okay. So you understood, no? So this is Corda inline filter. Very important. Spotter. Corda inline filter. See, uses of, no, they will ask the questions, no? They will ask the relevant questions, identify and rate importance. Size depends. Okay, size on this one irrelevant here. It depends, like no, for 6 months, for 1 year, or for 2 years, we purchase like that.
So how will you give us a spot?
I think this picture or whatever I have taken.
Something of this size, also, for us to identify the
yes.
something like this.
No, it will be like this.
For us to identify.
And see, again, you can see here, these are the air quality analyzer, VOC analyzer. Okay. See, VOC is very costly, it is VOC meter. Okay. And you know this, right? Just I'll tell you. See, this is class 1. Okay, class 1 laminated means what? This is usually present in the andrology lab. Okay, so what happens, you know, once you're on it, okay, it will take air inside, get filtered here. Okay, some air will come here and some air will get exited. Okay, means the air it will enter inside, goes through this way. Here there will be HEPA filter, it gets filtered here, and you will get fresh air here. Okay, this is one. This is class 1. Okay, class 2.
So air will enter inside the chamber and then what's the use?
See, you will get purified air here.
But air entry is below the bench, no?
Below the bench. Yeah,
here
see, no, here too, you just forget about the air will enter here. Here there will be some window will be there. It will go here, get
from
purified. Yeah, not from below here. It will enter here. Air will enter here. We will do the processing here. No, air will enter here. From here, the air will leak to this. Here there will be openings. It will go inside, get filtered here. We get fresh air. Okay, if you on it. This one just.
Air is already entering.
Then you will get, if the air is not purified. Okay, purified. You get purified air. Air will enter here. Here in this cabinet, you get purified.
Point of the air we are not.
See here, this normal air.
From that but if it's already coming unfiltered air, it's coming into the bench.
Ma'am, here in this room is unfiltered air. Air will go in.
So the thing is, suppose this is the bench.
Okay.
If unfiltered air is entering like this,
yes,
then unfiltered is already in the bench. Is it coming from below the bench and coming up?
No, already in the bench. Okay, unfiltered air which is present, no, it will get sucked here once you're on. Okay, and it will go to the top. It will go to the top. Okay, it will get filtered through this. Here there will be a HEPA filter. Okay, through this filter it will come down. So you will get only pure air. Only pure air will get. So pure air will be pumped from here. Okay, so no, it will not contaminate. This is class 1. Class 2 incubator. This is my lab. See, air will enter through this also. There will be some space here. Okay, here there will be window. From here it will enter. Okay, and it will see it is somewhat similar, and from here also it enters now. It will have two windows. So the lab will be having here also. Here there will be air entry. Here also there will be air entry. Okay.
So you mean here it will enter? In this
Yes,
way.
yes, yes.
What we are thinking, it will enter like this.
But it depends how much you spend. How much you spend. If you spend more, see, a lab, no, it will start from 50,000 to 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs lab will be there, man. And this is the class 2, which we usually use in our lab. Okay, and see, this is class 3, ma'am. Like nothing will enter, ma'am. You are just everything is closed here. Here we process this mycobacterium tuberculosis or virology lab. Virology lab will be having this class 3 lab. Okay. Now you know this. No? You might not have seen this, like WhoSafe lab cleaner, WhoSafe lab cleaner. So we can do lab cleaning with WhoSafe, and we can use this also. 7x solution. 7x solution. So with this we can be able to dilute it. No? So this dilution I have written here. So some other time I'll take the class. So this is a WhoSafe, and this is like how to dilute. Okay. So 7x and WhoSafe is used to clean the lab. And finally coming on to this, what is this? Compound microscope. Okay. See. So this always, you will get confused. This is for not spotters. This is just for knowledge. So this is Nikon. So you'll have Nikon microscope. You'll have Olympus and Leica microscope. You'll be having. See here. This is, this will be used for injector. This is injecting part. This is a holding part. Okay. So this is controlled by oil. So here we fill the oil. Okay. So this is this hydro, like this without oil, just air with pressure, air pressure it controls. And see, this is one instrument. See, some other lab you can find this also, injecting and holding. Like similar to this, injecting and holder. No. Now, see, coming on this microscope. You have seen this microscope, name of this microscope, inverted microscope, company Narishike. This is called Narishike. What we use here is Narishike. Okay. So here we see here they have just separated it. Okay. See, this is injecting. This is holding. Okay. Narishike, and this is see, this is inverted microscope. Remember, this is inverted microscope. This is micromanipulator. Micromanipulator is this. Okay. This whole thing is inverted microscope. Okay. And see, this is joysticks. Can you see? This is joysticks. 1 and 2 is joysticks. And this is controller. Injecting controller, holding controller. Okay. And see, this is to move x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. We'll do, you have seen, right? Front, back, up. Okay. So this x-axis, y-axis, z-axis is moved by this. Okay. So this is one microscope, which new one will cost 21 to 22 lakhs. Okay. This is Narishike. Second one. See, this is RI microscope. You have seen this RI microscope anywhere? This is RI. So this is Narishike. This is RI. Can you see this RI? Here in Narishike, joystick is here, no? Can you see it? You have seen, right? We'll just manipulate it. In RI, the joystick is here. Can you see it? It is hanging. You just hang, slash it and inject it. So what is an importance of RI? See, in Narishike, we have to adjust the angle. This angulation we will adjust. Okay. Whereas in RI, okay, angulation is fixed. Okay, we don't have to manipulate. And the prick precision is very good in RI. Prick precision, you will not get oocyte degeneration at all. Okay, if your prick is proper. You know oocyte degeneration. After pricking, if the prick is not proper sometimes, there may be oocyte degeneration. But here we don't get that in RI. And in RI, even 20 oocyte also you can inject within 5 minutes. It is very fast. RI. Now you see this RI near view. So So you can see these are joysticks. These are the joysticks. Okay, here we manipulate it and we inject. See, here we keep this dish here. This is injecting, this is holding.
So what is the micro manipulator part?
Micro manipulator?
The one to
Micro manipulator parts. So this one, this stage itself is a micro manipulator. No, this they will not ask first one.
parts of they have marked each spot. Arrows and ask what are these parts.
Okay. You see, they may ask for only Narishike. See, this is like these joysticks. Maybe if you want, I'll just label it and then just share this slide only. Okay, just let me finish this. And you right now you just remember this. This is micro manipulator stage. So these are micro manipulator parts. Okay, and this is holding, injecting holder, injecting pipette holder, holding pipette holder. Okay, and see, this is an objective. This eyepiece objective will be here. Okay, and these are joysticks. Okay, these are joysticks, and this is injecting controller. Injecting controller, holding controller, and these are the motors.
That
Motors. Okay. And see, 2 is over. Anyone who knows other than these two, RI and Narishika, there is one more manipulator called as up and off. This is this is around 35 lakh. So RI cost will be, I have not put RI cost. Okay, 22.5 to 23.5. Okay, so this is around 35 lakhs. So this micro manipulator, this is similar to Narishika. Similar to Narishika. So these are the joysticks here. Can you see? These are the joysticks. You see this joystick here. This is even this in this also the quick precision is very good. Quick precision is very good. And here also angulation is angulation is almost is fixed angulation. And this operation is similar to Narishika. So these are the joysticks. And you can see, so these are all things not required.
and Olympus and Nikon making these manipulators.
Olympus and
Nikon. They are making.
yes, Olympus. See what we use here, it is Nikon. In our Hanuman Nagar lab, we use Nikon. Okay, up and off will always come with Olympus. Up and off. So they are making for the micro manipulators. So and this now why always people prefer Narishika other than this up and off and RI. Why anyone? Now you can just see
Cost.
okay, cost is okay. Because
Angle can be changed.
see if you see this Narishika, it is like everything is manual. Everything is manual. You can adjust the angle, you can remove this, you can fix it, everything. But this RI, if something goes wrong, you can't touch it. That biomedical engineer has to come. Better now by chance if multiple people are using. Okay, a single person is using, no problem. If multiple people error will be lesser in this. And almost all the labs are using this. RI. Success rate. And this was up and off also. Nowadays, people use this up and off also. So any doubts you have? I think so much. I just took many things, and I thought of doing this micro ejaculator, all those things. I have just deleted by sitting outside. So I had almost 160 slides. Deleted everything.
We can have one more
One more class. What I'll do, I'll just post. I'll just do this slides to them. They'll put it in that software is there. Right? You can just read that. So there are many this phenyl vibrator, electro ejaculators. So many things are there. I think in case you want to do some higher studies also, it may be helpful. Like, we may
So I
ask
think you can help us with posting the original.
original. Sure, I'll do that.